morning. I've got Jagger with me. Got my buddy. Today's a hard video to do, so I got Jagger. So after the last video, I talked about how I got chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and was pretty much in bed after doing my group. I had a lot of time to think in bed, and I asked God if he would please show me just a few memories of the past, just enough so I knew what was going on. And the next morning he did that. He gave me the memories. So that was a miracle as far as I was concerned. I had been kind of afraid to hear it before. I was shocked at what I saw. Mom and Dad. I felt such betrayal, such hurt, unbelief, and there was so many tears, just unbelievable tears. I had been spanked as a little girl. I wasn't allowed to cry. And so all the pain was kept inside. And when the memories came, it was a blessing in that now I could release them. For all those years, they had just been inside, just kind of like a cancer, just eating away and causing so much difficulty for me. But now, sitting with Dr. Nash, I was allowed to cry. He could only have 2 long-term patients per year. He already had 1, and I was able to be the second one. That was my other miracle that happened. So one-on-one with him, and we began talking about what my memory showed, and some weeks all I could do was cry. And it was the child within that was just crying all those tears. The newborn, the toddler, the little girl, just crying and crying. And he would touch me on my shoulder after I had cried for a period of time, so we could come back and do some work. And this was a time of inner healing for that child, to allow her to cry, to listen to her, to comfort her, and to reunite her with me as a little girl that could heal and be rid of all the trauma and abuse. I was fortunate to have a father that was a photographer, and throughout my life I was able to see all the pictures of me as a child, and I saw the pain in my eyes, I saw the tears on my cheeks, and I knew that something had gone on, but I never wanted to believe it was anything like that. So when we weren't working on the tears, we worked on the nightmares. The nightmares that had started in the 5th grade. We never worked on them the first year because I was in a group with 5 other women, but now on one-on-one we could really look at them and dissect them and what was happening. I wrote them all down, and then we'd talk about them. And again, they produced so many tears. It was so much of me running away from danger and trying to save the baby that was dying and hanging in the closet. All sorts of just ghoulish things about babies. And each week we released more and more of the emotions that had been stored up for so long. The body never forgets. My mind repressed everything. because God knew I wasn't ready to deal with any of that stuff. But the body knows. And now it was like I was strong enough and my body had permission to release all the pain that had been within me. It's kind of like when you get a sliver. It hurts really bad to get it out, but you know you have to get it out, and that's what I was doing. So in the Bible it says that God keeps every tear in a bottle. And in that office, there were so many bottles of tears. So many bottles. And week after week, we worked on memories and we worked on dreams. Just every week. And we would go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. And I would leave my body because it was too much. And then he would stop and I would turn my ring or add and subtract. And I would come back into my chair and we would talk some more. This was 30 years ago, but it feels like yesterday. The memories are just so clear. And I don't want to scare anybody from remembering, because that's what you have to do. You have to face the truth. You have to, it's like a boil that needed to be pierced, and all the ugly stuff needs to come out so you can heal. And that's what was happening. And that's all good. It was a good thing. I couldn't be sitting here today talking to you if that hadn't have been done. But yes, I was reliving all the pain. But God only gave me as much as was possible for me. He always kept it. My husband got a new car and he's cleaning it out. So you're gonna hear a lot of doors slamming. But it was good. I look forward to every week. Once the tears were not as bad, then the rage came. Just rage at my parents. I wanted to just destroy them. All the different stages of grief I was passing through. Just one by one by one. And I'd go through the rage, and then it'd be the tears again, and then it'd be another thing, and just all the different stages. And it was good. At the end of a year, I had gone through a lot of healing. But when he said that this is our last session, my 52 weeks were up and it was ending, I felt like a baby bird, that the mama was saying, it's time for you to leave the nest. It's time for you to fly. And I wasn't ready to fly. There was still too much. But I knew that when I was done, God was going to take over the rest of the healing. I was confident in that. And that's when I just turned everything over to him. And that's what we're going to be talking about next. So, sorry it's a downer day for me. Got some tears, but you know, I'm so much better than I used to be. And I just pray for each and every one of you. If you have something like this, just face it. Walk into the fear, walk into the pain, just uncover it, don't hide it, bring it out, look at it, especially with a good counselor in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So we'll see you next time. God bless. Like, subscribe, notification. See you next time. Bye-bye.